In the annals of history, Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, stands as a profound spiritual figure. Born over 2,600 years ago in Lumbini, a prince destined to alter human consciousness. His birth heralded by miraculous signs, a prophecy foretold two paths: a mighty king or a spiritual leader. King Shuddhodana desired a powerful ruler, shielding Siddhartha from worldly sorrows. Thus a gilded cage was crafted, ensuring the prince knew only beauty and pleasure. Siddhartha, meaning he who achieves his goal, was born into royalty, destined for greatness. Yet his true legacy would be as Buddha, the awakened one, who transcended suffering and found clarity and compassion. His middle way, a path of balance and mindfulness, became a guide for all seeking peace beyond worldly pleasures or pain. Siddhartha's journey is a timeless testament to awakening, inspiring millions on the path to true freedom. In the heart of the Shakya kingdom, King Shuddhodana built a world of perfect luxury for his son, Siddhartha. 3 palaces, endless beauty, and every desire fulfilled. No suffering, no aging, no death, only joy and splendor, carefully shielded from life's harsh truths. The king believed these walls could keep fate at bay, and that his son would never know pain. Siddhartha's father surrounded him with every luxury, arranging a grand marriage to Princess Yasodhara, hoping love and pleasure would anchor him to palace life. Yet, as the palace became more beautiful, a quiet curiosity began to stir within Siddhartha's heart. He wondered what lay beyond the gilded cage, sensing there was more to life than perfection. The prince's curiosity grew, making the palace feel more like a cage than a home. He questioned his attendants and Channa, piecing together hints of a world filled with both joy and hardship. The more he learned, the more he longed to see his people and kingdom firsthand. Unable to resist, he asked his father, King Shuddhodana, for permission to visit the city. The king, torn between fear and love, agreed, but only after ordering a grand, sanitized procession. The streets were cleaned, the old and sick hidden, and only the young and cheerful allowed to greet the prince. The king hoped this illusion would satisfy Siddhartha's curiosity and keep him sheltered from life's harsh truths. But the prince's yearning for authenticity only grew stronger. The stage was set for Siddhartha's first encounter with the real world. The perfect kingdom was about to be tested by reality. The city sparkled with celebration as Siddhartha rode out, but fate intervened. Amid the festivities, an old man appeared, bent, wrinkled, trembling on a staff. Siddhartha, shocked, asked Channa who this was. "Channa, that is an old man, my prince. Age comes to all, even you and me." The truth struck Siddhartha. Youth and strength are fleeting. The joy of the festival faded, replaced by a chilling realization. For the first time, the prince saw that all beauty and vitality would one day wither. He ordered Channa to return home, his mind shaken. The illusion of eternal youth was shattered. Siddhartha's journey into truth had begun. The old man's image haunted Siddhartha, driving him to seek more answers. On his next outing, he saw a person writhing in pain, ravaged by disease. Siddhartha: "Channa, what afflicts this person?" Channa: "Sickness, my lord. None are immune." The prince's world darkened further. On a third journey, he witnessed a funeral procession. A lifeless body mourners in tears. Siddhartha: why do they grieve so? Channa: that is death, the end awaiting all. Old age, sickness, death, inescapable truths. Siddhartha realized suffering was woven into the fabric of life. The palace's comfort now felt hollow. Overwhelmed by suffering, Siddhartha sought meaning beyond pleasure and pain. On his fourth journey, he saw an ascetic, calm, serene, detached from worldly woes. Siddhartha: who is that man? Channa: an ascetic seeking truth beyond suffering. The sight inspired Siddhartha deeply. Here was someone confronting suffering, not fleeing it. The ascetic's peace offered hope, a path to liberation. Siddhartha saw a new purpose, to seek an end to suffering. The seed of renunciation was planted. The ascetic's example ignited Siddhartha's resolve. He told his father of his wish to leave and seek enlightenment. The king pleaded, offered riches, and surrounded him with temptations, but Siddhartha's mind was set. Even the birth of his son, Rahula, only deepened his sense of duty to find a cure for suffering. That night, Siddhartha quietly left the palace with Channa and his horse, Kantaka. At the Anoma river, he shed his royal robes and cut his hair, symbolizing his renunciation. He sent Channa and Kantaka back, asking them to tell his family he left out of compassion. Siddhartha Gautama, once a prince, became a wandering seeker. He stepped into the unknown, determined to find freedom for all. The quest for enlightenment had truly begun. Siddhartha left his royal life behind, seeking wisdom in the forests of India. He mastered meditation, joined ascetics, and pushed his body to the brink, enduring years of harsh austerity. But after nearly dying from self-denial, he realized neither indulgence nor extreme deprivation led to liberation. Balance, he saw, was the true path. Gautama realized neither luxury nor harsh denial brought true peace. The answer was a middle way, a balanced path. Sujata's compassion restored his strength, and his companions left, thinking he'd failed. Alone, Gautama sat beneath the Bodhi tree, vowing not to rise until he found enlightenment. Gautama sat beneath the peepal tree, nourished by Sujata's offering, his mind sharpened by years of training. Alone, yet deeply connected to earth and sky, he vowed not to rise until he achieved awakening. Through storms and darkness, he sat with unwavering resolve, prepared to let his body decay rather than abandon his quest. Observing thoughts and sensations, he saw their impermanence and the illusion of self-dissolve under mindfulness. He witnessed the endless cycle of birth and death, driven by karma, and knew he was close to breaking the chain of suffering. As Gautama neared enlightenment, his deep meditation disturbed Mara, the lord of illusion and temptation. Mara unleashed his terrifying army, but their attacks turned to harmless flower petals around Gautama. Mara's daughters tried to tempt him, but Gautama remained unmoved, seeing through their illusions. Finally, Gautama touched the earth, calling it as his witness. The earth trembled, and Mara fled in defeat. With the forces of illusion defeated and the darkness of the night giving way to the faint light of dawn, Gautama's mind became perfectly clear, vast, and silent. The final barriers of ignorance crumbled. He entered the deepest stages of meditation and attained the three knowledges. First, he saw all of his own past lives in intricate detail. Second, he gained the divine eye, the ability to see the arising and passing away of all other beings in the universe according to their karma. He saw how wholesome actions led to happy rebirths and unwholesome actions led to suffering, a direct perception of the universal law of cause and effect. This was not a belief, but a directly perceived reality, as clear as the palm of his hand. In the third and final watch of the night, as the morning star Venus rose brightly in the eastern sky, he achieved the third and most profound knowledge. He gained a direct and complete understanding of the Four Noble Truths. He saw with absolute clarity the truth of suffering, dukkha, that all conditioned existence is inherently unsatisfactory. He saw its origin, samudaya, which is craving, attachment and aversion, born from ignorance. He saw its cessation, nirodha, the possibility of a complete end to suffering by eliminating its cause. And finally, he saw the path to its cessation, magga, the noble eightfold path of right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. In that luminous moment, the final traces of ignorance and defilement were extinguished from his mind. He had broken the chains of karma and the cycle of rebirth. He had realized nirvana, the unconditioned, the deathless state beyond all suffering. He was no longer Siddhartha Gautama, the seeker. He had become the Buddha, the awakened one. He was fully and completely enlightened. A wave of, indescribable peace, bliss, and boundless compassion washed over him. He had achieved his goal. He had found the ultimate truth he had been seeking for so long. A truth that was timeless, universal, and liberating. He was awake. For 7 weeks, the Buddha remained in the vicinity of the Bodhi tree, absorbing and exploring the depths of his newfound realization. He sat in the blissful state of liberation, experiencing the profound freedom he had won. During one of these weeks, a great storm arose, and the Serpent King, Muchilinda, emerged from the earth and coiled his body around the Buddha, spreading his large hood to shield him from the wind and rain, allowing his meditation to continue undisturbed. This period was one of quiet consolidation, allowing the immensity of his awakening to fully permeate his being. The quest was over. After his enlightenment, the Buddha wondered if anyone could understand the profound truth he had realized. Yet his compassion moved him to teach. He sought out 5 former companions at Sarnath, knowing they would be receptive. There, in the tranquil deer park, the Buddha delivered his first sermon, setting in motion the wheel of Dharma and sharing the Four Noble Truths. As the Buddha shared the Four Noble Truths, his words sparked a profound realization in Kaundinya, who became his first enlightened disciple. Soon the other ascetics awakened too, forming the first Sangha, the community of monks. News spread, and people from all walks of life were drawn to the Buddha's message of liberation and inquiry. The Buddha and his Sangha travelled, sharing the Dharma and illuminating the world, one heart at a time. After 45 years of teaching, the Buddha reached 80, his body showing the signs of age. In Kushinagara, after a final meal, he fell ill but remained calm, offering his last teaching. All conditioned things are subject to decay. Strive on with heedfulness. With these words, he passed into Parinirvana, leaving a river of Dharma that would flow across the world, inspiring millions on the path to awakening.